Hey friends, it's Elizabeth Morse. I am visiting you today. I am one of the writers for Container Corner, and it occurred to me as I was kind of doing some inventory on my gardening supplies and getting ready for patio season and thinking about containers. I realized that I do a lot of growing inside every year with hydroponic gardens, and I actually have a couple of older models. Arrow Garden is my favorite. There are tons of companies out there. But Arrow Garden is a favorite of mine, and the models that I have are pretty big and bulky, and I got an email saying like, hey, you should check out this sale. So kind of gardening was swirling around in my mind, and I popped on their website the other day, and this was super discounted. As you can see, it's a pretty small model. This is about half the size of the other two that I have. And the other two right now are being used in my kitchen. I have some seed starting trays that fit in them, and I start tons and tons of seeds for my vegetable and flower gardens outside. But what those gardens are doing is creating herbs for me to use to cook with inside during the winter months. So I decided to go ahead and get this guy, and I thought it would be fun to talk to you just a little bit about containers that are water-based today instead of like the traditional ways that we think of container gardening being filled with soil. This bad boy runs on water. And if you're new to hydroponics, I'll flip this around so you can see kind of the picture on the back. It shows you what the reservoir looks like. That's right here. And this little guy comes out and you pour water in. And I'll show you in just a minute. We'll plant it together. But some of the benefits, and you could grow herbs, you can grow some vegetables. I have a good friend who's growing a ton of tomatoes in one right now, which is really kind of fun. Now those do have to be hand pollinated, so that might be a conversation for another day. But these newer models use LED grow lights. They are on timers depending on what you're growing, and they turn off and on. So you're getting great light. They use liquid nutrients, and those come so this is like one of the little seed packages. This particular one came with one, and then since it was on sale, you get to pick a second one for free. So it came with gourmet herbs. I've used this one in the past, which is heirloom salad greens, and I'll open one up and show you in just a minute what they look like. But so LED grow lights, no soil. These seeds that they come with happen to be non-GMO, although you can use your own seeds. These were just freebies, so I thought I would start with those. The lights do turn off and on by themselves. This particular model will remind you, if you can see here, actually I'll plug it in so you can see what it looks like. This model is called the Harvest. See, pretty bright actually. And then you can see here, like this one is where you select what kind of plants you're growing, and then the lighting will actually adjust based on what you've selected. I'm sorry. That's not true. This one is for plant food. This one is for adding water, and that's lights on or off. My other one upstairs has that other setting for different types of plants, but it'll remind you to do all those things. It's kind of foolproof and really kind of fun, and I just thought it might be something that any of you container growers might not have tried and might think is pretty cool. So I will go ahead. I'm going to start with this one, which is gourmet herbs, and this model, again, it's called the Harvest. That's just what they've named it. It holds 6 different plants, and the idea is that you're going to plant the taller plants towards the back, the medium ones in the middle, and then either the ones that kind of spill over and trail or the shorties up in the front. Let's see. Okay, so this particular one has 6 of these. And what this is it's a little cage, and the cage basically holds this little sponge. It looks like dirt, but it's actually like a dirt-colored growing sponge. And it holds these in the water, so it can absorb the water and the nutrients, but it's kind of caged in so it doesn't float away. And these happen to be labeled on the top, which is kind of cool. I have a ton of these empty cages that I do my own in, but the ones that come in these seed kits are labeled, which is kind of cool. And it says Arrow Garden at the top, and then it says mint, and it tells you that it sprouts in 6 to 10 days, and then it's medium. And medium means it's going to go in one of these spaces in the middle. So we've got mint, we've got thyme, T-H-Y-M-E, and it is a short plant, so it's going to go up in one of these front spots. We've got curly parsley, which is also a shorty. I've got dill, Thai basil. Both of these guys are tall. And so I don't know if you can see, but I'm just going to snap this in here. Super easy. I'm going to put the mint over here. Curly parsley in the front, because that's a short one. Thyme in the front. And then this other medium is oregano. So you put those guys in. And then in the box, it also comes with a little jar of plant food. And basically this is, it's kind of fishy smelling. It tells you on the back, depending on the model of grower that you have, what you should use. And this one is 6 milliliters at startup, and then every 2 weeks. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on. 8 milliliters at startup, and then every 2 weeks. But again, your little light's going to come on and tell you. So it also comes with these little tiny domes, and you can snap those on. And this just aids in the germination, right? Just like any plant that you would start. And I save these guys so that when these plants have kind of run their course, then I will be able to reuse them and do other things. So that's that. We're going to add the 8 milliliters of this, and then we're going to fill this with water, and that's it. We're going to have, as I said, different plants sprouting in different days. But these are really fun. So I thought I would share it with you. Again, you can use them for herbs. You can use them for vegetables. You can use them for starting seeds. And there's a different tray that fits in this, and it holds like, I want to say like 100 different little sponges, and I start tons and tons of vegetables at once, and then you can transfer them after they get to be a good size outside into your garden, and just gives your stuff a head start. So I hope that you have enjoyed this, and that it might be something that you want to consider when you are next choosing a container project. Happy spring!
If you enjoyed these gardening tips, subscribe to our channel so you can get updates on new videos and stay in the know about all things gardening. Click the red subscribe button below. See the description below for more information about how to connect with us on PlantersPlace.com, Facebook, and Instagram.